Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And this time I'll be playing Strangeland Blind. I know nothing about this game. I bought it as an impulse purchase off of GOG because I thought the aesthetics of it look kind of interesting, and it supposedly deals with some, quote-unquote deep psychological stuff. I am a fan of stories dealing with madness and with like allegories and metaphors and twisting realities. So I thought, why not give this game a chance? Worst case scenario, it's just going to be not great, which isn't that bad because it was rather cheap and, whatever. I am willing to give it a chance based on the aesthetic alone. Now, this is an adventure game, so I have to warn you that I am still very new to the genre of adventure games, and it's very possible I am going to get stuck. So prepare yourselves for that. I will read the how to play, even though I think it's self-explanatory, but seeing how it's included, maybe there's something unusual about this game in particular. Strangeland is a point-and-click adventure primarily controlled by using the mouse. Specific controls are described on the next page. It is impossible to reach a game over or a dead end. The path forward may be puzzling, but it always exists. Sometimes even dying might help you advance, while adventure game obstacles can generally be overcome by brute force or use everything on anything. We advise against that. If you get stuck, you can always get a hint by calling the operator, dialing 0 on the payphone. Okay, so that's interesting and that's useful information to know that I cannot get stuck ever. So there's always a way to proceed, even if it seemingly seems like I've reached a dead end. You are not required to memorize anything. Key information will be always repeated. While some choices you make along the way do affect the game, there is no right or wrong answers to these choices, nor better or worse path through the story. We hope you enjoy the game. Well, I do hope so as well. Okay, so I do most things by just using the mouse, which makes sense for a point-and-click adventure. So let's start a new game.
I don't want to tell you a joke. I don't want to tell you anything at all. But you know the problem with me? I never could keep my big mouth shut.
Okay, so what I am kind of surprised by is that there is voice acting in this game. I didn't think it would be so. It seems like a rather small, indie title. So that's definitely a surprise. Now, another thing I noticed: the protagonist is wearing something what looks like a straitjacket, which might be a clue, although that would be so obvious that it's borderline red herring. But obviously that might be a clue if I were to interpret that to the fact that he's actually insane and none of this exists. It's like an extrapolation of his mind. But as I said, that's such a cliche, obvious conclusion at this point that that in itself is neither interesting nor groundbreaking nor anything like that. I'm just making an observation about the straitjacket.
Looks like they really want me to go in.
Indeed. Inside.
It says not all attractions are suitable to all ages. Visitors are encouraged to exercise judgment. Pretty vague as warnings go. It says not pretty. It's an ad for Nepenthe. It reads, quaff, oh quaff, this fine Nepenthe. Win a bottle today at the shooting gallery.
What? I have no idea what any of that meant, as far as the advertisement goes.
Not very inviting.
Indeed, but I think I will go inside nonetheless. Is this my inventory? Okay, my inventory is here. Okay, and I save by clicking S. Good to know.
Wait!
Goodbye, my love.
She's gone.
Not gone, Querent. Nearly dead. Again and again she comes to this well, to weep and leap at the sound of the shriek. Which of you will save the other?
Okay, so apparently I knew her, because she said she addressed me as my love, so was she my girlfriend or my wife or whatever? I guess I will probably learn. It seems very significant that she seemingly killed herself.
A large crow.
Raven.
Okay.
Hello?
Sticks and stones will make me groan, but words will never move me.
It's a coin-operated fortune teller called Murmur the Magnificent. I need to put in a quarter.
Okay, I don't have it currently. Exit. Oh, let's check the payphone.
It's a payphone.
Listen, the thing you have to understand is, this is all your fault. You miss all the obvious signs. You let everything slip through your fingers. And you're no good at fixing things. That's why she's dead. That's why you're here. Right. Anyway, I'll call again later. But if you need help, and you will need help, please hang up and press 0 to dial your operator.
Wait! He sounded just like me.
Okay, so it's clear I will not call the operator yet, because I don't know if it has any kind of consequence if I use help too often, so I will reserve it for the cases where I actually need it. But it seems clear that there is something the protagonist feels guilty about, especially because he said the other guy sounds just like him, so he was accusing himself of the fact that his loved one is dead.
You know, you could try following her.
Well, I'm just exploring, shut up.
There's something moving down there, and a hint of golden light.
Okay, let's get down there indeed.
It's a long way down, but I could give it a shot.
Well, I don't think I have anywhere else to go, because this just leaves me outside, right? Oh, no. It is a different place.
It's her.
Lost. 431. Can I call that number? Let's go back.
We're sorry. We are unable to complete your call as dialed. Please check the number and dial again, or call your operator to help you.
Okay. So let's leave it for now.
Yeah, I get the message.
Welcome to the mysteries of the deep. Home of the luminous stream maid, the vitriolic sea star, and the oleaginous black swan.
Looks like it's electrified.
Okay. So I can't get in here for now.
Please don't!
Okay, so it's clear that he's traumatized and he's reliving the same event of his loved one dying, or perhaps killing herself, because at face value that's what it looks like. She's not being killed, she's jumping herself, presumably to her death.
It's venting steam. It's just waiting for something. Just steam. I need to put something on it first. A huge furnace with 83 painted on it.
That is my name, 83.
What are you?
I am the fire that burns the impure.
What's that anvil for?
Like the bear that licks its cub into shape with a tongue of fire, I forge from ore upon the anvil whatever thing I wish.
There was a golden-haired woman who threw herself down a well.
The bellows gasped on the day she was made.
But who was she?
A flawed thing that fire could not save.
Can you make something for me?
I can make anything. Bring me a work order and lay your metal upon the anvil.
Okay.
Goodbye.
You have said so before.
Goodbye. The protagonist said goodbye, and the furnace said you had said so before, but not to him. So, is that implying, you know, some kind of a personal story, maybe with the woman? Like maybe they broke up and, broke up as in said goodbye to each other, basically, and then she killed herself or something. Like I'm just rattling theories, At this point, I would be pretty surprised if they came up entirely correct. I'm just at the very beginning of the game, but
Whoever built this place certainly doesn't trust me to find my own way. What an idiot grin. What an idiot grin. It's a spinning rocket ride. Only not spinning or rocketing, and you can't ride it.
okay.
Looks like they start up ahead. It's chewing on a piece of metal? Nice doggy. Any closer and it'll attack me. It's a telescope. Doesn't even require a quarter. What the? Ah! That's it! That shadow! That's what's making that sound. That's what's killing her. I have to destroy it.
Okay. Well, the dog seems to be blocking the way, so I don't think I can proceed through here for now.
Some kind of tracks leading to the top of the park. Goodbye.
You have said so before.
She's not jumping again, which is interesting. I thought it would repeat every time I enter this room.
Pick either direction, but definitely go left, I guess. I guess some attractions are always out of reach. I guess some attractions are always out of reach.
Who's there? Did you scare off those nice doves? Come closer. Let me hear you.
A raven?
Sticks and stones will make me groan.
Yeah, I've heard it before. It's a you.
Ahem. It is the you.
It's an empty bird bath.
It had water once, but the deeper he drinks, the dimmer grows the mind of many a man.
An empty bird bath. There's nothing on them but nonsense. I've got no use for them. His eyes, they're gone.
But my ears are just fine, stranger.
Who are you?
I'm afraid I don't rightly know. I'm just an old fool who can hardly remember what he's read, much less who he is. I do recall a book that said, each is his own judge. That might just have to do.
Can't you just tell me who you are?
Seldom do those who are silent make mistakes, so I think I'd best hold my tongue.
Can you at least tell me your name?
Well, I remember the name Fimble Famby, but whether it's mine or yours, or both of ours, I can't quite say.
I do think that Fimble means endless or forever or something like that in Old Norse. I think. Like, don't quote me on any of that, because that might be total absolute bullshit, but there is a term in the Norse mythology, Fimbulwinter, the eternal frost that's going to cover the world at Ragnarok. Like, or rather before Ragnarok, I believe. It is one of the signs of Ragnarok, the eternal winter that is going to cover the world. But as I said, don't quote me on any of that, because that might not be true. I'm going to look it up when I edit this video and put relevant information in the description, just to refresh my own memory.
What are you writing?
The same things I've written 1,000 times before. After all, an act can lose meaning if you do it often enough.
Where are we?
I wish I could tell you. The man who stands at a strange threshold should be cautious before he crosses it. I read that once, I think.
I wonder if those are all actual quotes from something, because I don't recognize any of them.
There was a golden-haired woman who threw herself down a well.
No sickness is worse to one who is wise than to lack the longed-for love.
But who was she?
Who are we to rob each other of our forgetfulness? After all, it's written somewhere that the learned man whose lore is deep is seldom happy at heart.
Did you mention doves?
Yes, I feed them as they flutter by. I find it soothes my mind. Are they here?
So I have an option of lying to him that they are indeed doves, or say to him that they are, well, to be honest, they are not crows either. This is a raven, supposedly, according to its own words. But I see no point in lying. Like, sure, it might preserve an illusion that is somehow nicer to him to imagine doves instead of crows and ravens, but like, what, apart from feeding him false information, what actual benefit would he get from that? And is it even, is it even the right thing to do? Like, I feel like I just should tell him the truth and he will do with it whatever he wants in his mind.
Do you mean that crow?
Raven.
No, I mean the doves. It was the raven who told me of them.
Oh.
Are they here?
Well, I don't know if he lied. Maybe they were here before, but I don't see any doves.
No. About the doves.
Are they here?
Well, no.
No. Can you write me a work order?
No. I only write what I've written before. The words stuck in my mind, and the lost words the raven finds.
Can you tell me anything about Murmur the Magnificent?
Wise and weighty be the word of his mouth, and his head was too good to bury, whatever that means. I'd say I can't make heads or tails of it, but then I'm not much one for puns.
I keep hearing a terrible shriek. What is it?
The dark thing.
What is the dark thing?
A shadow locked away up there, festering. Some boils are better left unlanced.
How can I reach the dark thing?
A word leads to a word, a deed to a deed. For silver he speaks, is wisdom worth gold. I read that once, or maybe I wrote it. I suppose it doesn't much matter, one way or the other.
What happened to your eyes?
I fed them to a raven. He said it would bring me wisdom.
Ah, so that's... So there is definitely some connection with Norse mythology in this guy, because that's something that Odin did. He plucked out one of his own eyes. That's why Odin only has one eye, and he exchanged it for wisdom.
Did it work? Are you wiser?
Oh, yes, indeed. I learned that to be blind is better than to burn on a pyre, and that it is easier to be rid of your eyes than the vision that offended you.
Why's that bird bath empty?
Once it was filled with fresh well water, as cool and clear as a sound mind, but doves and ravens would much rather bathe in dust. Maybe they can't abide their reflections either.
Goodbye.
Joy to him who has understood, delight to those who have listened.
Okay, I wonder what he's quoting, but I think this episode has...
Classroom.
What? What is the raven talking about?
A raven? It seems to be ignoring me. A noose. I wonder how it got there.
You were the one who tied it there. Tried hanging yourself. Did it make you any wiser?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
That's why I write things down, you know. So as not to remember.
Don't you mean to forget?
Yes, I do mean to forget.
Cytotoxic.
So that's something that Odin did as well. He hanged himself from a yew tree, which this just happens to be.
It's a you.
So there is definitely something Norse mythology related going on here.
I can't quite reach it.
Kisses.
Step right up, step right up. Win yourself a bottle of Nepenthe, the brew that puts a bullet in all your bad thoughts.
So by that do you mean an antidepressant? Oh, and that's a triskelion, which is a very prominent symbol in many cultures, and I think it actually means something sacred to the Celts. Like, I think there is something about the triskelion specifically for the Celtic culture, but I don't exactly remember what.
I guess it has something to do with the shooting gallery? I think there's some kind of circuitry behind this plate. There's no latch, and the edges are too tight for me to pull it off with just my fingers. It's locked. It's part of the shooting game. It's some kind of shooting game. The loudspeaker said I could win a bottle of Nepenthe.
10 hits get you 1 hit, and 1 hit's all it takes to bring blessed sleep.
I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, to be entirely honest.
I guess I need to be faster, or they need to be slower, or something. I imagine I need to use the gun.
Oh, I guess I'm supposed to shoot the one that's glowing currently. Like, I'm not sure how I didn't notice that originally.
I imagine I... Still too damn fast for me. If only there were some way to slow them down. It's locked. It's locked.
Well, probably something with this, but I don't have the necessary tools. Okay, I will look for something else. There's a hole.
The hole's just big enough to reach through.
What's that? Looks like some kind of a creature.
Dead rat. Got it. Sure is heavier than it looked.
Maybe it has something inside its belly?
Very heavy dead rat. There's a line of stitches down its chest.
Yeah.
So very...
So how... Maybe I can cut it open and it has something inside? Okay, seemingly I don't think I can get back. To the very beginning. And also, I just noticed those are runes on the floor, which I'm not sure if they are from the actual Futhark alphabet, or are they made up, because they might be fictional runes resembling actual Nordic runes, but regardless, I feel like that's again significant and sort of plays into the theme, whatever that theme might be, because I don't entirely know it yet. Oh, maybe I can feed the rat to the dog to make it relent. But regardless, I will try next time, because this first episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save here and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.